Everyone knows the name of the highest mountain in the world. But the real story is bigger than Everest. Welcome to the Khumbu Valley and SAGARMATHA National Park.
Amazing. Visually, it was stunning, especially all the visuals of the mountains and essentially what we're seeing that tourists are destroying, which was another aspect that made it very upsetting. So, I mean, I really liked the voiceover and how it explained what was going on in the area and just kind of like what was happening as a whole to the environment, and how it's unfortunate that tourism is the one that's destroying it, even though, they're allowing tourists to come in as a way to share their environment and their culture and the land that they have, but people have just kind of taken it upon themselves to ruin it, which is, I feel like, unfortunately, a normal characteristic of human beings. So I thought that was very sad, but I also really liked how don't want to pronounce it incorrectly, Kumbu. The Kumbu people have taken it upon themselves to really clean the trails and kind of start initiatives with the SPCC so that, they can go out of their way to correct the problem that humans have messed up. So I loved that overall aspect of it and bringing awareness to it, and all the interviews and the visuals to kind of see the damage that's been done, so that people, it's not just a thought, it's also a picture that we can imagine so that we know what we're fixing.
This piece does a really great job of highlighting a lot of the negative effects of tourism, and on the environment and on communities and on the socioeconomic status and environment of these communities. Um, Clearly, for economic reasons and, economic reasons tied to tourism, these issues aren't brought up a lot. And this piece does a really great job of bringing that to light and doing it in a way that's um, not attacking, but rather coming from a place of education and information. And I think that makes it very accessible to a lot of audiences. This is a very great piece, incredibly informative. I think the transitions are really great. I think the editing is very smooth, and it comes out to be a very informative, a very solid piece.
It worked really great as sort of a tourism a showcase for the area. It was very compelling, and I never heard it before. I thought a lot of the images of the landscape of the mountains, of the lodge, I thought was quite interesting. The architecture of the location, I thought had a lot of not just the visual images, but I thought a cultural lore that I thought was interesting, and I thought the piece did a good job of sort of reflecting a range of those dynamics in a way that was compelling enough to make you want to go there, which I think is a reflection of the effectiveness of the piece overall. So I ended up thinking it was a well done piece for those reasons.
This was, yeah, really interesting. I love seeing the culture of the Sherpas and how they said they've evolved from an agrarian society to business owners, and and getting to actually see these folks. It was really, really cool to learn about this. The carryback system, what a great idea. I really, really like that. And if I went up there, I would carry some stuff back. I definitely would. But wonderful job on this. The photography was wonderful. The interviews are conducted wonderfully. The music was great. The voiceover was performed wonderfully.
This film is very educational about what's going on to preserve this village and Mount Everest itself. We never really think about what tourism does to natural attractions, and the village and the country of Nepal could have very well said no more tourists, but instead they're figuring out a way to give back and clean up their environment. It's actually an amazing thing to do, and this documentary was very well informed. The fact that they're doing this in the different ways, putting it back into art or into backpacks or whatever they need to, so people who visit it can help clean up. The fact that tourists just kind of trash things where they are is disgusting itself, but this documentary shows how you can help.
From the camera angles to the movement, it really captures the sense of vastness of the mountains And the music and voiceover worked really well together to bring us along on this journey and to kind of show the story and the steps that were being taken. I think it's a really cool message that comes through.